everyone, welcome you all to Bio School. This is Dr. Gayatri. In today's session, we will focus on light reaction. Why it is called the light reaction? Where does it take place? How electron flows through the light reaction? And light reaction is the very important part of the photosynthesis, as most of the questions are always asked from light reaction. So guys, please watch the video and clear the concept about light reaction. So let's know in details about the light reaction. You know why it is called the light reaction. Light reaction means for this type of photosynthesis, it depends on the light, and light is the source of energy. That's why it is known as the light reaction. Light reaction is known as the photophosphorylation. So why it is called as the photophosphorylation? We know that the phosphorylation means the conversion of ADP to the ATP. And the production of the ATP by using the light is known as the photophosphorylation. Okay? And what is the purpose of the light reaction? The purpose of the light dependent reaction is to convert the light energy into the chemical energy. The end product of the light reactions are ATP and NADPH. We will see later how the ATP and NADPH are produced through the light reaction. This chemical energy or the ATP and the NADPH, which are produced by the light reaction, that are used in the Calvin cycle to produce the sugar molecule. Okay, and the process of the light reaction, it takes place through the 4 stages. What are those stages? The first step is the photoexcitation of electron, and the second step is the photolysis of water, then followed by the electron transport chain, and the last step is ATP generation. Now we will see each step in details. So the first one is the photoexcitation. So what is photoexcitation? So when the chlorophyll molecule, it absorbs the energy from the sun, then the electron, it gains energy and it becomes excited. So here in diagram you can see here that this is the chlorophyll molecule. When it gets the energy from the sun or the photon, then what happens? This chlorophyll molecule, it gets excited. Okay. Then what happens? The chlorophyll molecule, it absorbs the energy, and the electron, it gains the energy and becomes excited. The excited electron, it will be fall back to ground state if there is no electron acceptor. Okay. Then now comes to the photosystems. What is photosystem? Photosystem means a cluster of light absorbing pigment that are efficient for absorption and conversion of light energy into chemical energy in the thylakoid membrane. Okay, the photosystems are present. Where it is present? It is present in the thylakoid membrane. And where does the light reaction take place? The light reaction, it takes place in the membrane of thylakoid. Okay. We know that if you analyze the structure of the chloroplast, in the chloroplast there is the presence of the stroma, and there is the presence of the stacks of the thylakoids, which is known as the granum. Okay, this is the granum, and the individual, it is known as the thylakoid. And in the membrane of the thylakoid, where the light reaction takes place. Okay. And you know that photosystem, it mainly consists of the 2 parts. What are those parts? The first one is known as the antenna complex. Photon of the light are first absorbed by antenna complex pigment, which then transfer the energy to the reaction center. Okay. And in the antenna complex, it contains the many molecules like chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, and carotenoids. Okay. So here in diagram you can see these pigments. These are the antenna complex. So first, the light energy or the photon from the sunlight, it will be absorbed by the antenna complex. Okay. Then after that will be transformed to the reaction center. And in the antenna complex, it consists of the different accessory pigments like chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, carotenoids, etc. Now comes to the second part of the photosystem. It is the reaction center. Reaction center, it absorbs the sunlight energy from the antenna complex. Okay, it will absorb the energy from the antenna complex, and it has one or more molecule of the chlorophyll A. And we know that there are the presence of the 2 types of the photosystem. One is known as the photosystem 1, and another one is known as the photosystem 2. Okay, and it is named as the photosystem 1 and the photosystem 2 in order of their discovery. And the photosystem 1, it observed 700 nanometer, light wavelength of 700 nanometer, whereas photosystem 2, it observed wavelength of only 680 nanometer. Okay, and the photosystem 1, it is present in the stroma lamella. Where it is present? It is present in the stroma lamella. It's very important because sometimes it asks that where is photosystem 1 found and where is photosystem 2 is found. So photosystem 1, it is found in the stroma lamella, whereas photosystem 2, it is found in the grana lamella. It's found in the grana lamella. Okay. Now we'll focus on in details about the process of light reaction. We know that the light reaction, it takes place in the membrane of thylakoid. So let's consider this one is the thylakoid. If we zoom it, then this is the thylakoid membrane where the light reaction takes place. Okay, and this part is known as the stroma, and this is the thylakoid lumen. So what will happen in past, as it is the light reaction, so for the process to begin, it requires the light. As its name indicates that this is known as the light reaction. So for the process to begin, it requires the light. Okay, so the light, it will first hit the photosystem. Where the photosystem present? Photosystem is present in the thylakoid membrane, and the photosystem, it is consists of two parts, that is the antenna complex and the reaction center. So the first, the photon, it will hit the antenna complex. Then from that antenna complex, it will move to the reaction center. So here for the light reaction, it will first start at the photosystem 2. Okay. So now the electron, after the receiving the photon from the light, it becomes excited. Okay. When that electron, it will become excited, then the electron, it will move to the fast electron acceptor. If there is no electron acceptor, then normal what happens? The electron, it will be moved back to the ground state. But here the fast electron acceptor is the plastoquinone. Okay, what the fast electron acceptor is the plastoquinone. When the electron, it moves from the photosystem 2 to the plastoquinone, then there is a loss of the electron, and the loss of the electron is filled by the photolysis of water. Okay, here it will be filled by the photolysis of water. Photolysis means the splitting of water molecule in presence of the light. Okay, so when the water molecule, it will be photolyzed, then what will it form? It will form the half molecule of the oxygen and hydrogen ions plus the electron, and this electron, it will fill the lost electron from the photosystem 2. Okay, so after the electron, it moves from the photosystem 2 to the fast electron acceptor, that is the plastoquinone. Then this plastoquinone, it get reduced by receiving the electron as well as from the hydrogen atom from the stroma into plastoquinol. Okay, now the plastoquinone, it reduced to the plastoquinol, and that electron, it will be moved to the next electron carrier, that is the cytochrome B6F. Okay, and that the energy of the electron, it helps in the transportation of the hydrogen ion from the stroma to the thylakoid lumen. And now the electron, it is in the low energy state, and the electron from the cytochrome B6F, it will be moved to the next electron carrier, that is the plastocyanine, and from the plastocyanine, it will move to the photosystem 1. But now the electron, it is in the low energy state. So when it will be excited by the light, okay, when it will be excited by the light, then the electron, it will be excited, and now the electron, it will be transferred to the next electron acceptor, that is known as the ferredoxin. Okay, the ferredoxin, and here there is a presence of an enzyme that is known as the ferredoxin NADP reductase. Okay, FNR is the ferredoxin NADP reductase. Then what is the function of this enzyme? This enzyme, it will help in the reducing the NADP to the NADPH. So now we get the first product of light reaction, that is NADPH. Okay, the first product of light reaction is the NADPH. But the another product of the light reaction is ATP molecule. So how the ATP molecule are produced? As we see that after the photolysis of the water, there are the hydrogen ions and the proton ions are present in the thylakoid lumen. Some of the hydrogen ion also transport from the stroma to the thylakoid lumen. So now the thylakoid lumen has the high concentration of the proton ion. Now this ion will be moved against their electrochemical gradient. Okay, that means the proton ions, it will be moved from the thylakoid lumen. Okay, it will be moved from the thylakoid lumen to the stroma, mediated by ATP synthase. Okay, then by using the proton motive force, it will produce the ATP molecule from ADP. Okay, and the ATP is the another product of light reaction. Okay, and this process is known as the chemiosmosis. Chemiosmosis is the process where the ion molecule pass through the semi-permeable membrane against their electrochemical gradient. Okay, and as we see that the electron, it flows through the light reaction. Actually there are the two types of electron transport mechanism. One is known as the non-cyclic electron transport and another one is known as the cyclic electron transport. As its name indicates that non-cyclic means the electron which is transported from the reaction center, it will not come back to the reaction center again. And the cyclic reaction means the electron which is transported from the reaction center, it will come back to the reaction center. So now we'll see the non-cyclic and the cyclic way of electron transport mechanism. And this is very important. We have to remember the sequence of electron carriers. Okay, so let's see the non-cyclic way of electron transport mechanism. So as we discussed earlier, the first what will happen for this process, it requires the light and source of light energy, the sun. After getting the light, it will be first hit the photosystem. The first component of the photosystem will be the antenna complex. Then it will, from the antenna complex, the energy, it will be transported to the reaction center. Okay, now the reaction center, it get excited and the electron, it will be transported to the electron acceptors. The first electron acceptor of non-cyclic photophosphorylation is pyophytin. Okay, which one is the first electron acceptor of non-cyclic photophosphorylation? That is the pyophytin. Then from the pyophytin, it will move to the quinones. There are the two types of the quinone. One is known as the quinone A and another one is known as the quinone B. Then from the quinone, it will be moved to the cytochrome complex. The cytochrome complex is known as the cytochrome B6F. Then from cytochrome B6F, it will be moved to the plastocyanin. Then from plastocyanin, it will move to the photosystem 1. But now the electron, it is in the low energy state. So it requires the energy from the sunlight. After getting the sunlight, then the electron, it get excited. Okay, now the reaction center, it becomes the excited, and from that of the P700 reaction center, it will move to the first component is the A0. A0, it is the modified chlorophyll A. Okay, then from that modified chlorophyll A, that is the A0, to it will be moved to the phylloquinone. Okay, then from the phylloquinone to it will move to the iron sulfur proteins. There is a series of iron sulfur proteins. Those are iron sulfur protein X. Okay, you have to remember the sequence FEX, then followed by the FEA and B. Okay, iron sulfur complex X, then A, then to the iron complex S, B. Okay, then from the iron sulfur protein complex, it will move to the ferredoxin, and by the presence of the enzyme that is known as the ferredoxin NADP reductase, okay, in short it is the FNR, it convert the NADP to the NADPH. So what is the sequence? The non-cyclic reaction, it first start with the photosystem 2. The photosystem 2 reaction center is the P680. After getting excited the electron by receiving the light, then the electron, it will be transported to the first electron acceptor, which is known as the pheophytin. Then QA, QB, those are the quinone. Then from the quinone it will move to the cytochrome complex, that is the cytochrome B6F. Then from the cytochrome B6F to the plastocyanin. Then from plastocyanin it will move to the photosystem 1. Then after getting the light energy, what will happen? The photosystem 1, it will be excited, and the electron, it will be transformed to the modified chlorophyll, that is A0, then to the quinone, it is the A1. Then from quinone it will move to the iron sulfur complex. Iron sulfur complex, there is a series of iron sulfur complex, and that is the X, FeSX, FeSA, FeSB. Then from that it will be moved to the ferredoxin. Then from the ferredoxin, there is a presence of the enzyme, it is known as the FNR, that is the ferredoxin NADP reductase. It will convert the NADP to the NADPH. Okay. So now here you see the electron, it does not come back to the reaction center. That's why it is known as the non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Okay. Why it is called the photophosphorylation? I have told you earlier that this type of the reaction, it also lead to the production of the ATP, because and how the non-cyclic photophosphorylation reaction, it produce the ATP, which we have seen in the previous slide. Okay. So the non-cyclic photophosphorylation, it lead to the production of both the ATP as well as the NADPH. Okay. And now comes to the cyclic photophosphorylation. Cyclic photophosphorylation means the electron, it will come back again to the reaction center. So how it takes place, let's see. Photons of the light, it will hit the photosystem 1. Okay. In the non-cyclic reaction, it starts with the photosystem 2, but cyclic photophosphorylation, it starts with the photosystem 1. The photon of the light, it will hit the photosystem 1, and the first it will be received by the accessory pigments, then it will be received by the reaction center, then it will be moved to the FRS. Then from that to electron, it will be moved to the ferredoxin, then followed by the ferredoxin to the cytochrome B6F, and during this process that lead to the production of the ATP, because the excited electron, it will help in the transportation of the hydrogen ion from the stroma to the thylakoid lumen, which will lead to the formation of the ATP. Then from that of the cytochrome F, it will be moved to the plastocyanin, and from the plastocyanin, here you can see it return back to the reaction center. That's why it is known as the cyclic photophosphorylation. So the cyclic photophosphorylation, it leads to the production of only ATP. There is no production of NADPH in the cyclic photophosphorylation. The important point is that mostly the light reaction, it takes place by the non-cyclic way of photophosphorylation. So why the cyclic photophosphorylation is required? The cyclic photophosphorylation is required when the photosystem 2 is blocked by some means, or if for the Kelvin cycle it requires the more ATP molecules, okay, or maybe there is a more accumulation of NADPH, okay. That's why the cyclic way of photophosphorylation is required. So let's see what are the difference between the non-cyclic and cyclic photophosphorylation. The non-cyclic photophosphorylation, it involves both the photosystem 1 as well as the photosystem 2, but the cyclic photophosphorylation has only photosystem 1. And non-cyclic photophosphorylation, where the photolysis of water takes place, but there is no photolysis of water in cyclic photophosphorylation. Okay, so here water is consumed in the cyclic pathway, there is no water consumed. After the photolysis of water, it liberates oxygen in non-cyclic photophosphorylation, but in cyclic photophosphorylation, as there is no photolysis of water, so there is no oxygen liberation. As well as the source of electron for the non-cyclic photophosphorylation is the water, and for the cyclic photophosphorylation, it is the reaction center, that is the P700. And the non-cyclic photophosphorylation, it is inhibited or affected by a herbicide that is known as the DCMU. It is known as the dichlorophenyl dimethylurea. This is very, very important. You have to Remember, okay, the non-cyclic photophosphorylation, it is inhibited by the DCMU. So DCMU, what it does, it inhibits the flow of electron from photosystem 2 to cytochrome B6F. So the DCMU, it inhibits the flow of electron from photosystem 2 to cytochrome B6F. Okay. And the cyclic photophosphorylation, it is not inhibited by the DCMU, but it is inhibited by another one that is known as the paraquat. Okay, it is inhibited by the paraquat. That means the inhibitor of photosystem 1 is paraquat, whereas the photosystem 2, it is inhibited by DCMU. Okay. And it is found, non-cyclic way of photophosphorylation is found in the green plants, and the cyclic way of photophosphorylation is found in bacteria and green plants. And end product is both the ATP as well as the NADPH in the non-cyclic photophosphorylation pathway, whereas in cyclic photophosphorylation only ATP is formed. So now you have a clear idea about the light reaction. Now we will focus on the previous year CSIR UGC net questions. Let's see the questions. The first one is, following are some facts regarding localization of photosynthetic supermolecular complex on plastic lamella. Okay, so photosystem 2 is preferentially located on granule lamella. Yes, photosystem 2 is located in the granule lamella. ATP synthase and photosystem 1 are located in the stroma lamella. Okay, as I told you and before. So these are the correct. Photosystem 1 and 2 are located adjacent to each other on stroma lamella. It's wrong. Cytochrome B6F complex is not a membrane bound complex. It is a membrane bound complex. So this option is also incorrect. So the correct combination, which one of the following combination of the above statement is true? That is the P and Q. That is option A is the correct answer. A jet scheme describes electron transport in oxygen evolving photosynthetic organism. The direction of electron flow is presented in following sequence. Okay, let's see the sequence. P680, then it moves to the pheophytin, then to the quinone, then it will move to the plastocyanin. No, this one is wrong. P700, then it moves to the phyloquinone. Then the iron sulfur complex, the sequence is wrong, so this one is wrong. Here it is a P680, then it moves to the pheophytin, then the quinone, quinone A, quinone B, then it will move to the cytochrome B6F, then to plastocyanin and the photosystem 1. This one is correct. P700, it will move to the phyloquinone. Yes, first it will be moved to the A0, that is the modified chlorophyll, then A1 is the phyloquinone, then iron sulfur complex, the series is PSX, AB, then it moves to the ferredoxin, so this one is correct. So which one of the following combination is correct? That is R and S, that is option C is the correct answer. Okay, next question. Upon absorption of photon, a chlorophyll molecule get converted to its excited state when energy of the photon is equal to the energy gap between the ground state energy and the excited state energy. Okay, so the correct answer is option D. Okay, following are the statements related to the organization of 4 major protein complexes of thylakoid membrane. Okay, let's see. Photosystem 2 is located predominantly in the stacked region of thylakoid membrane. Yes, it is located in the thylakoid membrane. Photosystem 1, it is found in the unstruck region protruding into the stroma. Okay. Then cytochrome B6 complex is also confined to the stroma only. No, it's not. ATP synthase is located in unstruck region protruding into stroma. Yes, it is protruded into the stromal region. So which one of the following combination of above statement is correct? The correct statements are P, Q and S, that is option B. Okay. Here the herbicide dichlorophenyl dimethylurea, that is DCMU, is an inhibitor of DCMU. It is the inhibitor of photosystem 2. It prevents the flow of the electron from the photosystem 2 to the cytochrome B6F. or that is the photosystem 1. So this one is the correct answer, option B, that is it prevents or inhibit the electron transport from P680 to P700. Okay, let's see the next one. Which one of the following is the correct order of electron transport during light reaction in thylakoid membrane of chloroplast? Okay, P680, then it transport to the cytochrome B6F. No, this is not P680. Then plastocyanin, never. Then it moved to the P680 to the plastoquinone, then the cytochrome B6, then plastocyanin. So this is also not here. P680, then moved to the plastoquinone, then cytochrome B6F, then plastocyanin. So this one is the correct answer. Okay, let's see the another question. In photosynthetic electron transport, electron travel through carrier organized in the jet stream. Okay. The following are the indicator X direction of electron flow. Okay, let's see the direction. P680, then it moves to the plastoquinone A, but before that it transport to the pheophytin. No, so this one is not correct. Then P700, it moves to the A0, A1, then iron sulfur complex XAB, then ferredoxin. This one is right. Then P680, it moves to the pheophytin, then quinone A, B, then cytochrome B6F, plastocyanin, then the photosystem 1. This one is correct. So the Q and R are the correct option. Q and R, that is option B is the correct. Okay. A researcher wanted to study light reaction during photosynthesis by blocking photosynthetic electron flow using the herbicide, that is the dichlorophenyl dimethylurea, DCMU, and paraquat. The researcher listed the following observation. So let's see what are the observation, and we know that the DCMU, it inhibits the photosystem 2 and the paraquat, it inhibits the photosystem 1. Okay, both DCMU and paraquat block the electron flow in photosystem 2. No, both DCMU and paraquat block the electron flow in photosystem 1. It is also incorrect. DCMU block the electron flow in photosystem 1. Not, it will block the electron transport in the photosystem 2. So this one is also incorrect. DCMU block the electron flow in photosystem 2 while paraquat block the photosystem 1. This one is correct. Let's see what the question. It asks the which one of the following combination of the above statement is incorrect. Which one is the incorrect? So incorrect are the P, Q and R. That is option A is the correct answer. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm sure that this video will definitely help you a lot. If you like this video, then please share and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Please stay connected and be happy. Bye bye.